Hello from the Bob Sechrist Fieldhouse, home of the Mineral Area Lady Cardinals as they get set to take on the State Fair Lady Roadrunners and a broadcast doubleheader. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Landon Keene with you on this Saturday afternoon turning evening time. We got a couple of good ones for you as both of these two teams are battling for that 4-5 spot in the region so far this year. And, you know, looking at it on the men's side, even here on the women's side, as it stands right now, we could be looking at the play-in game coming up here late in the region when they get into region tournament action. So these are two really big games for both sides to get that upper hand because the higher seed in those play-in games hosts the play-in game. So this is going to be, I think it could be two good games, Glenn.
I think so, too, and I think both these teams in the girls' game and the men's game, they're both pretty much evenly matched. I mean, they play similar styles, they play similar games, and I think that it's going to come down to some intangibles, as we've talked about so many times before. Whoever makes the fewest mistakes, whoever does the best job at the free throw line, things like that, could wind up winning. When you talk about the girls here, you know, obviously Mac has had a couple of big blows this year with now Mariah Dallas being out for the season. And then we found out the other day that Maddie Ayers is out for a while due to a medical condition. So that's not good news. But we saw last time Kinley Norris stepped up and played well. Jayla Clayton, I'm excited about the fact that we're seeing the Jayla we saw last year playing now. She kind of got a little bit, I think, a little fire under her backside, and she's got going here in this second half of the season, and that bodes well for Mac. They're going to miss Maddie. They're going to miss, obviously, Mariah, but they're picking up the slack and doing a good job with it.
Yes, they are, and I'm glad you mentioned Jayla Clayton. Yes, she struggled early on in this season, really found her rhythm last year and played well at the start of this season, then got a concussion, missed a couple of games, and just wasn't the same after that. And she's really found her rhythm again at the time when Mac needs her to, because you mentioned those injuries. Mac is 4 players down tonight from where they were at the start of the season. They're going to be without Skylar Sweeney tonight, Mariah Dallas, Maddie Ayers the rest of the season, as well as Ava Sarah. So this team, they need those players to step up, and Jayla Clayton is picking the right time.
Yes, she is. I saw an incident, and I won't go into details about it, but earlier this season, she kind of looked at the coach and said something, and coach challenged her. She said, play the way you do in practice. You're not playing that way right now. And she sat down on the bench for a few minutes. They put her back into the game. She started playing even stronger. And since then, I've seen an uptick in her game. And that is something Mac has got to have because, as you said, with having those 4 out of the lineup, you've taken a lot of offense off the floor, and you've taken some rebounding off the floor as well. Just overcoming Mariah Dallas, I think, is probably as big of a thing in itself. But now when you add Maddie Ayers to that, who is really kind of the heart and soul of this team, the girl you see diving on the floor along with Presley Holweg and others going after loose balls, hitting threes when it seems like they need them the most, having her being out for an extended amount of time, that really has to hurt. So a lady like Jayla Clayton coming into this ball game, playing well, playing like we saw her play last year, that can do nothing but do good things for Mac, and I'm glad to see that that's happening at this point.
It's the Kevin Ball Auto Body pregame show here on AM 1240 KFMO and online at KFMOsports.com with KFMO Sports Plus, your home for Mac Athletics and the Parkland. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Mac Lady Cardinals, Carrie Shepard, after this on KFMO. Join the Kevin Ball Auto Body pregame show by the head coach of the Mineral Area Lady Cardinals, Carrie Shepard. It was a big win over Moberly on the road to get back into the win column after a tough one against Three Rivers. You got State Fair tonight. What were the positives in that Moberly game you want to see tonight as well?
Just the way that they adjusted after the first quarter, after a slow start. Still trying to get us to come out and start a game with urgency. But I think it's good for them to see that, like, okay, we can make that in-game adjustment and realize, like, hey, it's just us. And so when we fix us, good things happen. So I was really happy to see that and really happy to see how well we stuck with the game plan. Even at times if they did hit a jump shot or two, I thought it was really good that we just stuck to what we did. But I think they just took constant reminders from each other, what they did out there on the floor, and then from us as well on the bench.
How resilient has the team been offensively after a couple of changes personnel-wise with injuries? How have they been able to handle that adversity and persevere through the couple of weeks that we've been into the second half of the season?
I mean, I credit that to just how we coached them and how we developed them off the court. We speak so much about like real life examples of what real life is really like. Even down to like our Bible studies, like you just learn like adversity is to come. Life goes on, but your job is to stand firm on who's around you and push forward. That's all you have to do. Like it doesn't really change much for you unless you mentally make that change. And it's all about perspective and what you choose to focus on. And we always choose to focus on adjusting and moving forward and believing in what we have. And I think it's going to help them in life because there's going to be a lot of things in life that don't go their way or things that they don't see coming. But after the things that we've been through in a short month or two just of reach and play, I think one thing they're starting to see is that, everything is going to be all right.
Have you liked what you've seen from your offense at this point now after being without Maddie on Wednesday? Have you liked how they've been able to fill in the gap?
Yeah, but I think they're still learning. Like, they're kids. I tell them all the time, like, quit trying to think of what I'm thinking. You're not going to get, my level of thinking is a lot different. Like, you're 18. Like, I'm 10 years older than you. I play a lot more basketball than you have. But it's getting them to play, make the simple play. Like, simplicity wins. They're not used to that. So I think filling in that gap is, for them, is like, I tell them every day, like, you're not Maddie. And that's a good thing. Like, I don't need a bunch of Maddies. I need you to be Karma, and I need you to be Marceline, and I need you to be Presley, and I need you to be Kinley. And that's what, our strength is reminding them, like, we're a team where everyone's a threat based on where we put them at and the position-wise. So bank on that. But now you have to just be just as disciplined, just as consistent. That's all it is. So I've been happy with them. They're just learning and growing. And, sometimes you have those growing pains, and ain't no pressure. As long as you're growing, I can live with that 110%.
You got State Fair today, the second time you've played them. Would you expect a quicker first quarter for your group tonight as opposed to maybe the first time when you played them and maybe there was a little bit of a feeling out process?
We'll see. The thing about our group, they keep us on our toes. We don't know what we're going to get, when we're going to get it. If they need a wake-up call, it's no different than what we've had before. If they start fast, we've done that a couple of times. So it's all in their hands what they want it to be. But I'm hoping that they come out making a statement because State Fair is a tough team and not one you want to mess around with and let hang around for too long. So hopefully we come out on a mission.
What happened in that first game against State Fair?
I think we fouled way too much. And didn't make adjustments. I can't remember her number. I want to say 5. She got downhill and scored. Probably she was over double figures, and she just kept getting downhill. And I'm like, it's like you got to make the adjustment. Like you're letting her go to her dominant hand. So I think just a lot of mental lapses, and then that got them rolling, and they're feeling confident at home. A couple calls don't go your way before you know it, you're down 9, and it was just like a 3-point game. But even a game that we rallied back in, if it weren't for free throws, who knows where that game would have went. But, again, it's mental lapses, a young group you have to learn from. But they're a tough team, and, the thing about them is if it's working for them, they're going to keep doing it. I'll do the same thing, but I think just those mental lapses, some rebounds here and there, and just not knowing our personnel and executing that.
Group ready for the rematch tonight?
Man, I hope so. I'm ready. I'm locked in like I'm playing or something. But I'm interested to see how we come out after playing on Wednesday, and just after a couple of days we have a practice this week. I'm excited. I hope they come out with that same fire they've been competing with in practice. If so, it's going to be a good day for us.
Coach, best of luck tonight. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
That is the head coach of the Mineral Area Lady Cardinals, Carrie Shepard. In her first season, her club is 17-6, 2-4 in region play, looking for region win number 3 here tonight against State Fair, a team that they lost to earlier in the season. It ended up being, I want to say, a 10-point game. Was really close up until Mac put State Fair in the bonus and the Lady Roadrunners started hitting free throws. So that's one of those games where if you look at it, a bump and a bounce goes the other way. Maybe you win that one, but that was in the midst of a losing streak for the Lady Cardinals where they weren't playing their brand of basketball. They've kind of got back to that recently, beating Jefferson a tough loss to Three Rivers, winning against Moberly, and now here against State Fair. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Lady Cardinals do tonight.
Was that the first game without Mariah? Is that the game?
That was the second game.
Second game. Yeah, I know they were kind of looking for some identity there because they, I talked to Carrie a couple of times about it. The fact that, when she went away, they didn't have that person who came out and said, okay, give me the ball in crunch time. And they were trying to figure out who that was going to be. And eventually they realized that each one of them could pick up the slack here. I love seeing Kinley Norris in double figures last weekend. I think she's one of those people that when the threes start falling, the confidence goes up. She just keeps on plugging, and I think that she's a big asset for this ball club. And, you lost to this team before. You lost on the road. Now you got them on your home floor. Hopefully it's worth at least maybe a little 5-point, 10-point bump to have a home game. And maybe Mac tonight can stay out of that foul situation, get themselves late into the game with the lead.
It's a MAC men's and women's doubleheader. The Lady Cardinals started against the Lady Roadrunners. Coming up after this, you're listening to Mineral Area College Athletics as we wrap things up on the Kevin Ball Auto Body pregame show. Shelter Insurance starting lineups and the tip-off coming up after this on the Parkland Sports Leader. Good evening from the Bob Sechrist Fieldhouse in Park Hills, Missouri, on the campus of Mineral Area College. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry with you. Landon Keene back at the studio. Time to meet the Shelter Insurance starting lineups for the women's game, the Lady Cardinals and Lady Roadrunners. Here's Glenn Berry.
All right, we'll start off with the State Fair Lady Roadrunners. They're 17-4, 2-3 in conference. Nicole Collier's in her 4th year as head coach. They will start Sophia Edwin, a 5'5 freshman from Texas. Ellie Busher, a 6-foot freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. Malia Rogers, a 5'11 freshman from Montgomery County, Missouri. Madison Johnson, a 5'9 sophomore from Harrisonville, Missouri. And Kayla Sullivan, a 5'10 sophomore from Florissant. For the Mineral Area Lady Cardinals, they're 17-6 overall, 2-4 in conference. Carrie Shepard in her first year will start Karma Jones, the 5'6 freshman from Belleville, Michigan. Casey Teague, the 6-foot freshman from Memphis, Tennessee. It is Jayla Clayton, the 5'10 sophomore from Auckland, New Zealand. And we've got Presley Holwig, the 5'5 freshman from Delta, and Ashley Baragas, the Hopewell Junction, New York native. She is a 6'1" sophomore. I had one player missing there, so I had to figure out who it was.
It was Presley Holwick.
Yep.
Starting lineups brought to you by Shelter Insurance. Agent Chuck Odell at 63 East School Street in Bonne Allow Chuck to help protect your family with life insurance. Your local Shelter Insurance agents. We're your shield. We're your shelter. We're ready to go in this one. Tip-off about to get started. Mac in the home white uniform. State Fair in the road powder blues. Tip up in the air, and it's won by Mac. Ashley Baragas has it. The Lady Cardinals right to left on your listening device. Left to right on your viewing device. The directions are flipped on the Mineral Area College YouTube channel. On the near side, that's Casey Teague. Down low for Baragas. Spin around jumper, off window, and in.
Well, you hope that bodes well for Mac. If Ashley Baragas gets off of it early, then get her into the game early. That could bode well for them.
Now it's State Fair up top. This is Malia Rogers. She'll work to the elbow, pull up Jay from there, rattles out, then falls in. That hit the iron 3 times on the backboard twice.
Well, we're seeing the rims are a little forgiving on this end. We saw last week they didn't look like you could put them in standing right underneath it.
Holwig, top of the arc for Teague to the near side. Clayton doesn't take the 3. She'll use a Casey Teague screen. Out of Baragas. Far side for Karma Jones. Jones trying to work towards the baseline, met by a defender. Tried to go inside to Casey Teague and threw it directly to the defender, Kayla Sullivan. Now on the near side, that's Edwin. Got it to the near wing for Rogers. Back to Sophia Edwin, 5'5 freshman. She didn't make the start when these two teams played in State Fair. Far side 3, that was Sullivan, wouldn't go. Clayton's got the rebound, and a foul called against State Fair. And it's Ellie Busher. I don't believe Busher made the start when these two played in State Fair either.
Well, that time Busher got her left arm tangled up with Ashley Baragas and really kind of gave her a little bit of a shove on the rebound as she was going after the rebound. But the continuation of the play, the whistle was blown, and she was holding her hands in the air like, I didn't do it.
8:45 left in quarter number 1. It is 2-2. We are tied up. Here's Baragas trying to get to the basket. Defender stays on her. That's Shea Wright. Baragas can't hit the jumper. She gets her own rebound. Put back with the left hand. Good. 4 for Baragas. She was amongst the trees down there trying to pick up that rebound.
Yeah, and she went in between 2 different players and pulled it out of there and put it back up and in.
On the near side, it's Rogers out to Madison Johnson. Dribbled to the foul line. Casey Teague on the hand check foul. That'll be her first and the first on Mac. 8:17 to go in quarter number 1. Mac up 4-2. And a baseline inbound left of the lane. Sophia Edwin to throw it in. Edwin, far corner for Rogers. She'll get it back out there for Sullivan. Lob it to the near wing. Sophia Edwin out of the foul line. Back out to Johnson. She'll work it down low. Johnson off window. Good on the foul with the layup. Madison Johnson hits the and one, and we are going to see Marceline Claremont check into this game. All right, gets the and one, I should say. Foul on Mac. It's Presley Holwig, her first and the second on the Lady Cardinals.
Yeah, and checking into the ball game is Marceline Claremont, and she was picked up by the assistant coach and told, get into the game. I think it was a little bit too quickly there for her because she was smiling all the way.
And one good for Johnson. She's got 3 points in the game, and State Fair has their first lead, 5-4. Johnson is a 56% free throw shooter coming into tonight's game. Far side, that's Claremont, top of the arc. Holwig to the near wing. She'll get it to the elbow, take it down low to the baseline, miss the layup, and the rebound's grabbed by Shea Wright. Right to the near side, Johnson. Steps around a defender, off window and in. Johnson's got 5, and it's 7-4 State Fair.
Well, this feels like a game that Mac was in control of, and you look up and they're down 5-4. Now they're down 7-4. They need a bucket coming down here.
Presley down low to Teague. Teague tried to go to take a shot, but it was knocked out of her hands before she could even go up with it. On the near side, this is Malia Rogers. Pump fake, walk, and turn it over. Mac ball.
When you go back to the other end, that move by Teague, I was getting ready to see what a nice move it was because she pump faked, really faked the player out of her socks there, went around her, but somebody else reached in and took the ball away. Now Mac gets it on the travel.
On the near side, Marceline Claremont takes it to the baseline. Back out to Baragas, far wing for Jayla Clayton. Baragas set the screen. Clayton used it. Back up top now for Teague to the near side. This is Presley Holwig, 9 on the shot clock. Holwig through, might have got away with the walk. Back out. She won't get away with it. The official heard me, Glenn. Maybe I should say that a little bit quieter.
I think that's probably what happened. I think he looked at it and went, wait a minute, how many steps did she take? And he finally blew the whistle on that one. That's 3 turnovers on Mac. So far, only 1 on State Fair.
7-4. Lady Roadrunners lead. 3 minutes and 5 seconds gone in the opening quarter. On the near side, this is Sophia Edwin. Now to Kayla Sullivan. Sullivan to the Edwin gets it back and then fed far side for Madison Johnson. Down low, posting up. That's Shea Wright. She can't hit the shot. It was blocked and goes out of bounds off the Lady Cards.
Well, that was a good block that time, not only of the actual shot, but also of the lane by Ashley Baragas, as she just would not let her get to the basket.
Sophia Edwin now inbounds. Corner 3, Rogers drains it. 5 for Malia Rogers, 10-4 State Fair, 6.5 to go.
You can't blame Mac on that. I mean, they were in her face. That was just a really, really good shot. However, another slow start for Mac is what Carrie Shepard was trying to get away from.
Presley Holwig, top of the arc. To the near side, Jayla Clayton. Clayton rejects the screen, going to work to the baseline, met by a defender. Now to Baragas at the near elbow. She is working to the basket, can't hit the layup, but she is fouled, and the whistle blows, so Baragas heads to the line to shoot 2. The foul is on Shea Wright. That's her first and the second on State Fair. And Baragas has 2 free throws at the line to her left, where she is a 73% shooter on the season.
Carrie Shepard talked about it in the pregame, about the fact that Mac gets off to slow starts and she can't figure out what to do to get them up and going quicker, as the first free throw was missed by Baragas, and they seem to play well after a few minutes of the game, but right now down 6. Maybe could pull it within 5 if Baragas could hit the second one.
Baragas has the ball in hand, bends the knee, and hoists the shot. It rattles home. Baragas has 5, 10-5 State Fair, 6:05 to go in the first. On the near side, it's Madison Johnson. Hand off Malia Rogers. Now to the far side for Kayla Sullivan. Down low to Johnson. She'll send it back out for Rogers, top of the arc. She works into the elbow, sends it back to Sophia Edwin with a bounce pass. Casey Teague had the steal and flips it to Jayla Clayton. Underhand toss now to Marceline Claremont. She'll circle back and let her team get set up offensively.
That was a good job by Claremont just to pull it back and say, all right, let's get set and get a good shot off.
To the foul line, Baragas cuts around the defender, back out to Jayla Clayton, top of the key. She'll take a 3 from there and drain it. Jayla Clayton with her first make from perimeter.
That felt like one of those, no, don't shoot it. Oh, yeah, it goes down, and nice shot by Clayton that time.
At the other end, that's Madison Johnson with the floater, and that'll make it 12-8 State Fair, 5:15 to go in the first.
I think you said something about State Fair. We've seen it with Jefferson. We've seen it with Three Rivers. Mac has got to shut down that drive the lane and layup kind of a shot from this State Fair team again.
Baragas got the pass. She was not expecting it. Now she gets it out to Claremont. Through a Baragas screen to the near side, Casey Teague into the corner, Presley Holwig. 10 seconds of the shot clock for the Mineral area. Holwig might have got away with the walk again. Claremont to the cup. Nice pass by Holwig. Nice finish by Claremont. And I think Holwig walked before the pass. Down low pass. This is Nevaeh Hill trying to step around a defender. Shot was blocked, and the rebound for Holwig. Teague hands it off to Marceline Claremont. 4.5 to go here in quarter number 1. Claremont backs into the logo, now to the far wing. Up top, Jayla Clayton. Baragas deep 2. Her feet were inside the arc, and she hits it. August has 7.
That'll open up a lot of room when you're hitting the deep twos and the threes like that. That'll unclog that downtown area.
12-12, we're tied. 6 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. On the near side, Sophia Edwin. Bounce pass down low, posting up. That's Nevaeh Hill to the foul line. Madison Johnson, check that, Malia Rogers with the jumper, and it's 14-12 State Fair.
Well, they just let her walk into the lane right there. There was nothing, nobody on her, nobody around. She said, I'll take that shot from here.
Claremont through a screen set by Teague, dribbles to the near wing. Now cuts to the baseline around the defender and lays it in. We're tied again. Claremont's got 4. It's 14-14, 3:38 to go. Jayla Clayton's got the steal. Lob it now to Claremont. She'll work it down low. Claremont's shot was blocked, and she's fouled, going to the line to shoot 2. Media timeout, 3:31 to go in the first. We're tied up 14-14 on KFMO.
My name's Nick Vargo. I'm the lead service advisor in the Pettis Ford Service Department. We are owned and operated by 2 different families. We treat you guys like a family. You're not just a number on the board to us. You're actually a family member when you come in and get great service. And that's what we strive for, is to create a family environment in the dealership.
Community is everything to us.
Guys, if you want a family-owned and operated dealership that does strive for excellence, we'll get you taken care of.
Come to Pettis Automotive, where we treat you like family.
Marceline Claremont shoots 2 at the line to our left. 3:31 to go in the first, tied up at 14s. Claremont hoists and hits the first. That timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sonsegal, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington. Jonathan Steffen at North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. Second for Claremont. That's no good. It's a 1-point lead for Mac, 15-14. Rebound grabbed by LaThomas Johnson-Nash. On the near side for State Fair, that was Rogers. Kick it in, send it back out to her, and she hits the straight-on 3. The assist from Madison Johnson on that play. It's 17-15 Roadrunners. 3:14 left in the first.
Well, if you've been watching Mizzou, that was a Caleb Grill 3 right there. I mean, she was way downtown.
Up top, Norris checks in. She wants one from way out, and she's got that for the answer. And Norris, 51% from the perimeter this season. Hits her first here tonight. At the other end, though, an answer no. Kimora McClure dribble drive in, lost it out of bounds. And it'll be Mac ball.
I think that was an example of what we've seen so many times with the Blues this year. You got a shot, take it, don't pass it off to somebody. And that time, McClure just went down the lane. Looked like she had an easy stop and pop, but instead tried to dish it off, and it went out of bounds.
I tell you what, them Blues, man. It's a frustrating go of it right now. Claremont on the far wing. Out to Norris. Back to Claremont between the circles. They were a point out of a playoff spot, and they've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah. I think there might be house cleaning time right now. I think that's why we've seen so many moves for them, too.
Holwig through the lane. Layup doesn't go. Offensive rebound, Baragas, and she had it knocked out of her hands. And it's stolen away by Malia Rogers. On the near side, Rogers, top of the arc, now to the foul line. Kick it to the far side. Kimora McClure, hop step through. Walk is whistled. I thought that was a clean hop step, Glenn.
It looked like it to me, but they're going to call it. In fact, Nicole Collier right now is pointing at the official on the opposite side.
Holwig did the same thing.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had this official in a game earlier this year that was calling that a little bit more often than we see, so we'll see.
On the near side, Claremont tried to lob it down low. It was deflected away. Whoa. Holwig had it. Got it back to Claremont. Now to Baragas. Down low, Clayton can't hit the shot. Rebounds grabbed by LaThomas Johnson-Nash, and she Works it up the floor. That was Kimura McClure. Now on the near side, Rogers. Top of the arc for Madison Johnson. To the elbow. Back out far side, McClure. At the wing through a screen set by Rogers. McClure to the low block. Her hook shot wouldn't go. Got her own rebound, and the put will fall. That's an unfortunate break for Mack, as the miss just went right back to McClure.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. That ball came right back to her. Nobody around her, and she just put it back up and in after really a kind of a wild first shot.
Presley Holwig to the near side, Clayton. Now it's Kinley Norris. Norris picked up her dribble. Top of the arc, Barangas trying to work to the foul line. Get around the defender. Barangas with the right-handed hook shot. That doesn't fall. Rebound grab by Rogers. Up the floor. Numbers for State 4-on-3. Now out to McClure. Swing it to the near Madison Johnson. She'll work it along the baseline. Her layup doesn't fall, but she's fouled from behind by Clayton. And that'll be her first and the third on Mineral Area.
Mack's doing a lot of good things. They're getting some shots down low, but they're missing some of those. And the latest was Jayla Clayton, wide open underneath the basket. Nobody around her. They got the ball to her, and I think she was expecting to get hit hard and put it up a little too strong. They got to hit those shots, and on this end, they got to get some defensive rebounds.
First free throw, good for Madison Johnson. She's got 8 in the game, and State Fair's back up by 2, 20-18. 56.7 to go here in quarter number 1. Johnson with the second. Rattle home. Johnson's got 9. Small crowd here tonight at the Bob Sechrist Fieldhouse for the women's contest. I expect it to fill up a little bit more for the men's game. Handoff Norris to the near side. Karma Jones into the corner for Marceline Claremont. Back to Norris. Now for Jones on the near side. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Jones working to the baseline. Left-handed layup wouldn't fall, but she's fouled, and Jones will shoot 2.
Well, number 20 on State Fair, that's Ella Busher, just got away with one of those patented holds that we've talked about before. She just reached up and grabbed a hold of Claremont and held onto her jersey like she was going to take her down for a minute, but they missed that one but got something else.
First free throw for Karma Jones falls off the front. Mack as a team, a 70% free throw shooting team this season. Second for Jones. She splits the trip. Her first point of the game. It's 21-19 State Fair on the near side. Ooh, that'll be a turnover. Bullet pass trying to find Malia Rogers. She goes off of her hands and out of bounds.
She hasn't done much wrong tonight, but that time she tried to turn and shoot or make a move without the ball. She just got a little too anxious, went off her hands out of bounds.
Across the timeline, Claremont. She'll work to the far side through a screen set by Casey Teague. Claremont, top of the arc. That's Jones to Norris. Back to Jones. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock and game clock differential of 3 seconds. Far side, it's Claremont again. Shot clock at 10. Now to 9. Casey Teague to the near corner. This is Jones. 5 on the shot clock. Jones has to get a shot away. And up top for Baragas. Wild hook shot off the iron. No good. That was not the best shot, but time was running out. Now a half-court heave at the buzzer is just off to the left, to the right rather, and that shot was Kimura McClure. We've played one. State Fair leads Mineral Area 21-19 on KFMO.
Banking with people like you, Unico Bank. We put you first in everything we do. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. We're your local hometown bank, your friends and neighbors too. Banking with people like you, Unico Bank.
Second quarter starts now. State Fair has first possession. They're up 21-19 on the Deer side. Malia Rogers down low to LaThomas Johnson-Nash. Now up top, Kimora McClure. McClure resets the offense to the Deer side. Johnson, downtown three. That wouldn't go. Beg your pardon, that was Rogers. And Casey Teague has the rebound after the miss from Malia Rogers. Across the timeline, Marceline Claremont to the top of the arc for Teague. Down low to Baragas and out of bounds off of State Fair.
Well, they had her for a moment there, but I think a good job down low by State Fair just to keep the ball out of Baragas' hands. And Mac's been going to her quite a bit early in this game.
Claremont had Norris wide open. They don't get it to her. Norris and the coaching staff wanted her. Casey Teague misses a jumper, and the rebound's grabbed. It was LaThomas Johnson-Nash. On the Deer side, State Fair. Nevaeh Hill, corner three, and she hits it. Nevaeh Hill is 5 of 12 from the land of plenty, including that shot.
Well, I tell you what, when you got a 6'1 freshman that is out there shooting those kinds of threes, that's kind of a hard thing to overcome.
On the Deer side, that's Norris to Baragas, and jump ball is whistled, and Mac will get possession. Who came in to get that? I think it was Kimora McClure. And it'll be Mac ball, the inbound left of the lane. I think Mac Faithful wanted a foul. They thought McClure went through the body of Baragas to get that one. Norris, wing three, wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, Casey Teague to Jones. Lay-in, falls. Karma Jones, the assist from Teague.
Nice rebound by Teague off of the missed three there and getting it right to somebody wide open.
At the other end, Hill won't hit the shot, got her own rebound and the putback. She's got 5. It's 26-21 State Fair. Karma Jones gets it on a handoff from Claremont. Jones between the circles to the near side. Oh, that's a charge. Easy call. Going against Karma Jones. Her first and the team's first of quarter number 2.
Kind of looked like a running back there, just picking up the ball and running over the defender. But works in football, but not here on the court.
No, you can almost see Karma Jones showing the Heisman with the stiff arm, too. Would have worked on the gridiron, like Glenn said. Up top, Malia Rogers to the near side, Ellie Busher. Working down low, Busher picked up her dribble. It was deflected away, and she sends it back out now to Kimora McClure. 10 seconds on the shot clock for State Fair. McClure to the foul line. Jumper from there wouldn't go. Rebound grabbed by Kinley Norris. Now it's Jones to the near side. Claremont working through the lane. Nice hop step to get around the defender. And Claremont with the layup. 26-23 State Fair. 7:45 to go in the second. At the other end, Madison Johnson on perimeter far wing. Now to Kimora McClure. Back to Johnson over there still. Swing it inside. Posting Busher. Trying to get around Baragas. Can't. Send it back out to Rogers. Back to Johnson far wing. She'll hoist the three from there. That rattles off, and Baragas boxes out Busher and gets the rebound. Now Claremont slowly up the floor across the center line. 7:20 left in the second. Handoff for Norris. Now it's Jones. Back to Norris into the corner, Claremont. Jab step, dribble drive in. Deep to Baragas. That wouldn't go, and the rebound's going out of bounds. State Fair ball.
Well, no rebound off of that one. It just came off the rim on the left side. Was away from everybody at Mac, and State Fair just let it roll out of bounds. But Baragas did a great job down here working the boards on the rebound on that play before. She really backed her player out and made sure that she had no chance of getting it and did a good job on just blocking out.
Marie Dolman comes in for Baragas. State Fair has it. Far side, Kayla Sullivan. Into the corner, Kimora McClure. 3. That wouldn't go. It goes off the thing holding the backboard, the pipe that holds the backboard, the stanchion, if you will.
Almost a shot clock bounce there.
Yes. Mac ball, 26-23, they trail. Karma Jones, now to Norris. Between the circles, Norris to the near wing. Hands it off to Claremont. Casey Teague can't get to the screen, or can't set the screen in time. Dolman wants a 15-footer. That wouldn't go. Rebound for Madison Johnson.
Mac's getting one shot usually down the court, and that's not a good thing.
McClure lost it, picked up her dribble, sends it back out to the near side. Maddie Quatham. Her first look in. She sends it back out to Kayla Sullivan. Her Three wouldn't go. Dolman picks up the rebound, hands it off to Karma Jones.
I felt like that ball was going to bounce a couple of times and go down.
Me too.
But it bounced out, luckily for Mac.
Lob it down low. Dolman posting up, and she throws it away after the pass kind of went over her head. She had to go chase it down. Ellie Busher to the near side. Travel, turns it over.
That is 8 turnovers now on State Fair, and I think their turnovers are kind of keeping Mac in the game right now because they're getting opportunities, turning the ball over with no shots, while Mac on the other end, they're just not getting the same amount of opportunities, especially on the offensive rebound side.
5:50 left in the second. 26-23 State Fair. Karma Jones far wing. They're daring her to take the three. She can't. Lob it down low to Bree Dolman. And Dolman can't get to that one, and it turns it over.
That's a couple of times now that Bree Dolman has been open on the backside. All they have to do is get it up over the top, and they've been trying to line drive the passes to her, and it's going out of bounds.
Kamora McClure, dish down pass. Busher. Nice play by McClure. Busher with her first make, 28-23. Back to a 5-point game. State Fair leads.
Well, Kamora McClure's had a tough time shooting tonight, but she can certainly pass the ball, and that time she found the wide open person right away.
Casey Teague did the near side. Karma Jones rejects a screen. Jones to the basket. Left-hand layup. Good. Karma Jones has 5. 28-25. On the near side. This time it's Quatham. She'll work it to the foul line. And a foul called on Kinley Norris as she reached over the shoulder of Quatham. That'll be the first on Norris. The second on Mac here in the quarter.
That was close to almost just being an easy steal there, but Kinley Norris just reached around and got caught kind of in no man's land, and that's where she got her with the body.
State Fair inbounds right of the lane. McClure lobs it to the near side. Sophia Edwin. She'll work through the lane. Edwin, pull up, pass, far corner, 3. That's Sullivan. Rattles over. Casey Teague has the rebound. Now for Karma Jones and Marceline Claremont up the floor.
Sullivan's 0 for 3 right now from three-point land.
Claremont sets up far wing. Teague at the far elbow. Into the corner for Karma Jones. Back to Claremont. Back to Teague at the elbow again. Jumper from there with 2 in her face, and she hits it. Casey Teague with her first make. 28-27. Mac down by a point. On the near side, Sophia Edwin. Pass down low, posting up Busher. She'll send it back to McClure, far wing. She was wide open, dribble drive in. McClure gets away with the walk, can't hit the jumper, rebounded by Claremont. Mac a chance to take the lead. Claremont to the far side, waits for her team to get set up. Claremont hands it off Norris. Norris to the near wing, that's Jones. Karma Jones to the near side. Dared to take the three, she'll take one, can't hit. Dolman had the rebound knocked away, and it's Madison Johnson with it. Johnson to the near side. Mac down by a point. Johnson back on perimeter in the near corner. Now to Kamora McClure. Top of the arc for Busher. Far wing. This is Edwin. Bounce pass inside. Posting up Sullivan. What do we have? Foul on Mac on the floor. On Casey Teague. It is Casey Teague. Media timeout. 3:43 to go in the second. 28-27 on KFMO. State Fair leads.
Well, I didn't see much at all there.
Me neither.
There must have been something going on that nobody saw because she's dumbfounded too.
Getting reliable, high-speed internet in the country was always a challenge. That's why in 2010 we founded Aptitude Internet Solutions. Since then, we've connected nearly 2,000 homes and businesses. We stand for simple rates, high speeds, and friendly customer service. As the world keeps changing, we do more and more online: business, education, entertainment. And we don't want our communities to be left behind. Let us be your local choice for connecting you to the world.
.343 to go in the second. 28-27, State Fair leads Mineral Area. It'll be Roadrunner ball. Left of the lane, they inbound. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Landon Keene with you on this Saturday afternoon. Glad you're with us. Saturday evening, I should say.
That's close enough to afternoon.
Yep, that foul was the second on Casey Teague and the third on Mineral Area before that media timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau. Now it's Kayla Sullivan. Far side for Rogers, back to Sullivan. To the near side, Sophia Edwin. 8 on the shot clock. Edwin through a Busher screen. Out to Rogers, far corner. 5 on the shot clock. Rogers got it to Edwin. Catch and shoot 3, far side. Rattles off. Offensive rebound, Sullivan. There's Holwig to come in and get arms on it for the held ball, and the arrow favors State Fair.
Boy, you got to really get up and give Holweg some credit on that one, because she really doesn't have the size to go up against somebody like Sullivan, but she tied it up long enough to be a jump ball. It will stay with State Fair, though.
Busher to the far side, Edwin. Up top, this is Johnson through the lane. Johnson picked up her dribble, pivots, that's a walk as she tried to get to the basket after picking up her dribble. And Mack will get the ball. Karma Jones back into the game, and Presley Holwood coming out. 3:12 left in the second quarter. State Fair still leads 28-27.
Yeah, she tried to take a little bit of a run there and use the pivot foot to go up and make a move, but she moved the pivot foot after a while, and you can't do that.
Crossing the timeline, Claremont hands it to Norris. Now to the near side, Karma Jones. Jones to the corner for Jayla Clayton. Clayton down low for Ashley Baragas. She's posting up. Gets around the defender. Nice footwork, but can't hit the layup. And Kayla Sullivan has it. Sullivan outlet to the near side, Rogers. Rogers at the near wing. Sends it back to Sophia Edwin, top of the arc. Edwin to the near side, Rogers. Rogers working to the lane. She'll send it back to Joan. Check that Johnson. Now to Sullivan. Sullivan to the far side, Edwin. Down low. What do we have here? Jump ball. We have a jump ball, and arrow favors Mack. It was that or a walk going against State Fair. Either way, it would have been Mack ball.
Yeah, I think the walk came first because it looked like she knew the running into somebody was going to happen, and as she got close and the all took place, it looked like she just maybe took a little extra 2 or 3 steps there.
Marceline Claremont on the far side. 2:20 left in the second. Mack down by a point. On the near side, this is Karma Jones through a screen set by Baragas. Now to Jayla Clayton, far side Claremont. 10 on the shot clock. Claremont dribble drive on the baseline. She is fouled by Busher. Her shot misses everything, so Claremont's going to get 2 free throws at the line to the left.
It's been a physical game on both ends here. You've got a couple of teams of women here that are running up and down the floor pretty fast and also getting into some pretty good physical contact down low. We saw that on the play before on the jump ball, and we see the plays down here at this end. So I guess it'll just see who's the tougher team of the night.
First free throw for Claremont. No good. 28-27. Mack trails 2:09 rather left in the second. Second free throw from Claremont. She hits that one. We are tied up. Claremont's got 8 points in the game, and it's 28-28.
Well, I think Mack hasn't really played the best game they can play right now, and that's good news for them because they could be down by a few points, but instead it's tied.
Kayla Sullivan down low. That's Shea Wright. Can't hit the shot. Got her own rebound, or did she? Ooh. Foul on Mineral Area. Marceline Claremont.
Wow.
That's the entire Mack bench and team behind us cannot stand the call. They were chasing the ball down, and I think the official called Claremont for undercutting the offensive player trying to get that rebound. Now we're going to get a held ball, and the arrow is going to favor State Fair this time. Norris came in to get that one.
Well, that's a couple of mystery calls we've had from the same official down at this end, and I think fans and coaches are trying to figure out some of these things, and it'll be interesting to see how this progresses as the night goes along.
State Fair with it now, Madison Johnson. To the far side. Shot clock down to 10. She's at the foul line. She'll work inside, and a blocking foul on Karma Jones, and that'll put State Fair in the bonus.
Carrie Fisher is not happy at this point.
Carrie Shepard, that is.
Yeah, Carrie Shepard. I've called her Carrie Fisher a couple of times this year. I'm going to do it again. But Carrie is not happy at this point with some of the calls and also just some of the things that her team's doing on the floor right now. That is the second foul on Karma Jones, by the way.
Presley Holwig checking in for Karma Jones. Foul is the second on Jones. It took everybody at the table to notify the official about this up there. 2 free throws for Madison Johnson at the line to our right. First free throw, no good. She'll get a second. We're tied up at 28 with 1:38 left in quarter number 2.
Johnson's 3 of 4 so far from the line.
Second free throw, no good. Baragas has the rebound. Now to Marceline Claremont. Claremont on the far side of the logo. 90 seconds left in the half. Claremont picked up her dribble to Baragas at the foul line. Had it poked away and stolen by Malia Rogers. 2-on-1. Rogers waits up the defender. Reverse lay-in wouldn't go. Man, she had Sophia Edwin wide open and didn't pass it to her. On the near side, Claremont. 1:10 left. Still tied up 28-28. Claremont to the far side through a screen set by Baragas. Now out to Clayton. Straight on 3. Clayton, that's way off to the left and is short and airballed out of bounds.
Well, I was going to say it early on. It looked like it might have been tipped, but you can just tell as she released the ball, she did not have a good grip on it. I think she was just struggling to try to get something up in the air, and that's probably not the shot they're looking for.
54 seconds left in the first half. On the near side, Kayla Sullivan. Now to Sophia Edwin on perimeter. Back out to Rogers, top of the arc to Edwin near wing. Bounce pass inside, kickball violation on Kinley Norris as she stuck the leg up to block the pass. And the shot clock will get reset to 20 for State Fair with 43 seconds on the game clock. Inbound to Edwin between the circles. Edwin around the defense, can't hit the lay-in, dives for a foul, doesn't get it. Rebound Baragas, tips it to Claremont. Claremont to the foul line, to Jayla Clayton, kick it out. Norris can't take the 3. Now she does from the near corner. Got it! Kinley Norris. She's got 6. 24 seconds left in the first half, and Mac leads 31-28, their first lead of the game. Far side, beg your pardon, they led in the first quarter. On the near side, once the answer, that wouldn't go. Rebound Claremont, 10 seconds left. Norris at the half court, back to Claremont, back to Norris on the near wing. 3 seconds, Norris at the wing wouldn't go. And the rebound Holwig as the buzzer sends us to halftime. Well, the pace really picked up towards the end of that quarter. We've played one full half. Mineral Area leads State Fair 31-28. KFMO Sports Halftime Show follows this break.
An approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU.
Banking with people like you, Unico Bank. We put you first in everything we do. Large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. We're your local hometown bank, your friends and neighbors too. Banking with people like you. Unico Bank.
At Belgrade State Bank, we're proud to support our local students. For over a century, we've been more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in our youth, we help build a brighter future, from the classroom to the field. We're here to support our students every step of the way. Belgrade State Bank, proud supporters of our local schools and the next generation. A wise place to do business.
My name's Nick Vargo. I'm the lead service advisor in the Pettis Ford Service Department. We are owned and operated by two different families. We treat you guys like a family. You're not just a number on the board to us. You're actually a family member when you come in and get great service. And that's what we strive for, is to create a family environment in the dealership.
Community is everything to us.
Guys, if you want a family-owned and operated dealership that does strive for excellence, we'll get you taken care of.
Come to Pettis Automotive, where we treat you like family.
St. Louis's favorite pizza has always been Square. And now so are our deals. Introducing Square Deals at Emo's Pizza. Now earn rewards faster. Sign up for Square Deals on the Emo's Pizza app or website and get your first 2 squares for free. Emo Square Deals. Order Emo's, collect squares, get free pizza.
Getting reliable, high-speed internet in the country was always a challenge. That's why in 2010 we founded Aptitude Internet Solutions. Since then, we've connected nearly 2,000 homes and businesses. We stand for simple rates, high speeds, and friendly customer service. As the world keeps changing, we do more and more online: business, education, entertainment. And we don't want our communities to be left behind. Let us be your local choice for connecting you to the world.
Kevin Ball's Auto Body, the most recommended in the Parkland. The definition of recommended is to be worthy of trust, and they don't take that lightly. They treat your vehicle like it's their own. Your neighbors, your family, and your friends are now satisfied customers because you recommended them. When you need collision repair, don't just take it anywhere. Take it to Kevin Ball's Auto Body in Park Hills, the most recommended, because your car hasn't looked this new since it was new.
Kevin Ball's Auto Body, the most recommended by far.
Come see us after the game.
At halftime, Mineral Area leads State Fair 31-28. Wasn't the cleanest of halves on either side, Glenn, but what did you see from Mineral Area that looked good, and what did you see that maybe needs to change?
Well, I think, first of all, Ashley Baragas was a bright light in that first half because she was doing everything she could rebounding-wise. She only picked up 5 rebounds. You say only, but that's a pretty good total for somebody fighting against 2, sometimes 3 people down low to get rebounds. So she did a great job on the boards down there, and she was getting a couple of second chances as well for some of those folks. I like the play of Karma Jones. She's missed a couple of shots that maybe she'd like to have back, but she has been pretty rough down on the boards going after some things. And we've seen a couple of big rebounds from Casey Teague as well. Like to see Jalen Clayton get back into this game a little bit more, get more involved. And you got to love it when Kenley Norris is hitting them from outside. So that's the good things, and maybe some things they can improve. Got to hit some more free throws, and I think they got to cut down on turnovers because some of those turnovers came from careless passes or passes that were just not quite making connection. A couple in a row to Brianna Dolman that she was wide open and they just missed her.
Yeah, that's been a theme for the Lady Cardinals, Glenn, in this portion of the season. Still trying to find their rhythm, but it's either passes that aren't connected on or plays that are being forced, and both result in turnovers.
And you know, something we've seen from them a couple of times here in the recent past, the idea of not knowing where the shot clock is. We almost had one there. Ashley Baragas got off a shot. It was not a good shot. It bounced off the rim, so it wasn't a shot clock violation, but it was not a quality shot. They didn't get any points, and they didn't get the rebound. They've got to be more cognizant of what's going on with the shot clock, especially late in the quarter when they have 5-6 seconds on the clock and the bench is screaming, you got to get off a shot. It seems like they're just, totally in another world, and they've got to figure out what it is that they've got to do to make more aware of that shot clock.
It is 31-28, Mineral Area leading State Fair at halftime. That will wrap things up here on the KFMO Sports Halftime Show. When we come back, third quarter action, Lady Cardinals and Lady Roadrunners from the Bob Seekers Fieldhouse. Mac on top by 3 on KFMO. Second half about to get started. 31-28. Mac leads, and they have first possession. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Landon Keene with you, and it's Mac with it. Teague to the near side, Clayton. Step left with the dribble. She can't take the three just yet. She'll try and work around the defender. Top of the arc to the far side, Karma Jones. Jones through a Casey Teague screen. Now for Baragas, top of the arc. Down low to Teague. 7 on the shot clock. Jones, far wing three. That's short. Rebound for Teague, deflected, and Jones has it. Now for Clayton. Up top, Baragas. To the near side, Holwig. Through a screen, Holwig. Down low to Baragas. Over her head and out of bounds.
Well, that was another shot or another opportunity for them to get a shot down low, and I think Baragas was open for just a bit, but the pass was way too high. Keep an eye on the downtown stuff going on between Baragas and this time down the floor it was Nevaeh Hill.
Down low, they get it to Sullivan. Does State Fair. Holwig had the rebound, and Sullivan commits a foul from behind. Her second and the first on State Fair here at quarter number 3. Still 31-28 Mac. 9:07 to go here in the third. We are 53 seconds in.
And you got to love Presley Holwig. 2 or 3 times a game, sometimes more. She'll come in there against somebody that she has no business out rebounding, and she'll pull the rebound down away from them.
Clayton to the far side, Holwig. Bounce pass down low. That's Teague. Back to Holwig. Top of the arc, Karma Jones. Back to Holwig, far wing. Hoyt there. It's a three. It wouldn't go. Teague gets the offensive rebound to the near side. Baragas. Corner three. Jayla Clayton. Way too strong. And the rebound's grabbed by Kayla Sullivan.
That was a big three. If she could have connected on that one, she just needs to find her range.
At the other end, Clayton going to be called on the foul from behind, I believe. And they call Jayla Clayton on the foul. Her second, team's first, and Carrie Shepard didn't like the call.
Yeah, some of the things they're calling down there, it's kind of odd to try to figure out exactly where they're seeing the contact or what's going on down there.
On the near side, State Fair has it. That was Rogers. Now to the far side, Sophia Edwin. Nevaeh Hill straight on three. She's hit one of those tonight. That one rattles off the iron 3 times, falls off. Casey Teague had the rebound.
I thought that was going to bounce in again. That was another one that bounced around. It just looked like it was going to go down.
Karma Jones, top of the arc. Kinley Norris back to Jones. On the near side, she's got Holwig. Jones picked up her dribble. Nobody gets open. Teague at the foul line. Jumper from there, no good. And no one goes and gets the rebound. Madison Johnson had it. State Fair the other way. Johnson down low on the baseline. Back out Rogers. Fakes a shot. Dribbles to the foul line. Hook shot. Trying to go over. Holwig missed. And Holwig has the rebound.
And she wouldn't let her up. She just stayed with her the whole way. Nice defense by Presley Holwig.
Karma Jones for Kinley Norris. Back to Jones to the near side. Holwig down low for Casey Teague. Back out to Jones, top of the arc. Norris far wing. It was deflected. She didn't catch it how she wanted it. Jones to the near side. 7 on the shot clock. Got it to Holwig. Elbow jumper. That wouldn't fall. And the rebound's grabbed by Sophia Edwin. Still a 3-point game. Mac leads. Edwin on the near side across the timing stripe. Edwin dribbles to the near wing. Got it to Hill. Down low over Sullivan and out of bounds. Mac ball.
Well, neither team really, their offenses are not clicking right now. Both teams are getting some looks at the basket, but that turnover, the first for State Fair. Mineral Area's had one turnover as well on a pass down low. So right now the offense is not looking real well for either side.
3 minutes gone in this third quarter. Still 31-28. Haven't had a bucket fall yet for either side. Teague from the near elbow. Jumper wouldn't go. Baragas can't collect the rebound. It goes off of her and out of bounds.
Well, that's a shot they're giving her every time down there, and she just hasn't hit it the last couple of times. If she'd hit a couple of those, that would change things up a little bit as far as the inside and interior defense for State Fair.
On the near side, Sophia Edwin between the circles now to Madison Johnson. She'll hand it off for Malia Rogers. Her three wouldn't go, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Mac ball.
And that felt like right there just kind of a desperation three. Even though she had plenty of time to work it around to get something else, she just decided to launch it from way deep on the right side, and it connected with nothing.
6:38 to go in the third. 31-28 Mac.
Nevaeh Hill checked out of the ball game for State Fair, limping just a bit, so hopefully that's kind of a cramp or just one of those things that bugs you once in a while.
Shea Wright comes in to the far side. Presley Holwig now to Norris in the near wing. She'll hand it off for Marceline Claremont. State Fair in man-to-man defense. Claremont through a Baraga screen out to Teague. To the near side, Norris. Can't take the three. Johnson closed out. 6 on the shot clock. That's Claremont to the foul line. Had it knocked away. Ball still loose, and it's stolen by State Fair. And now it'll be Shea Wright out of the backcourt. Wright coast to coast. Left-handed lay-in wouldn't go. And Holwig has the rebound. Holwig to Norris at the near wing. Doesn't take the shot. She'll go inside for Baragas. Backdoor pass to Casey Teague. She's underneath. Has to get it back out. Got it to Holwig, far side on the baseline. Holwig sends it to the near side, Norris. Downtown three, Norris. Strained it. 9 for Norris. 34-28, 5:37 to go in quarter number 3.
Took what? Almost 5 minutes completely for anybody to score.
Baragas up the floor out of the backcourt. To the far side, that's Norris again. Down low for Teague, knocked away, and she touched it last. It goes out of bounds.
Well, you got to admit, that was a pretty decent pass by Kinley Norris. She threaded the needle there, got it inside, but Teague just couldn't hang on to it. Might have got a hand in there, somebody on State Fair, to knock it away, but it went out of bounds for a turnover. That's 4 so far here in the second half. Meanwhile, on the other side, State Fair has 2.
Ellie Busher checks in for State Fair, and they bring a taller lineup out there as checking out Sophia Edwin, a 5'5 freshman. 34-28, Mac leads, 5:15 to go in the third. This is Malia Rogers to the far wing. Up top on the arc, right down low for Busher. Can't hit the lay-in. Holwig had the rebound, nearly threw it away. Claremont had it. Claremont across the timeline. Far side Norris. Far wing three this time. Norris too strong. Baragas can't get the rebound. It's still loose. Johnson touched it out of bounds. Mac ball.
And again, give Presley Holwig some credit on that one. She was down there battling with the State Fair player trying to get to the ball. She didn't get it, but she wouldn't allow her to get it either, and it went out of bounds off of State Fair.
Kinley Norris inbounds in the near corner. She throws it to Claremont. Shot clock down to 15. Norris up top. Baragas is pushed. Ooh, the official was about to call a moving screen. He was about to call a moving screen there, Glenn. Fouls on Madison Johnson for the push, her first, and the team second. Man, he was in that motion, too.
Well, it's kind of like I think once in a while you see like a Major League umpire that'll start to do a save and then he'll go out. That might have been the same thing.
4:49 to go in the third. Media stoppage. Mac up 34-28 on KFMO.
At Belgrade State Bank, we're proud to support our local students. For over a century, we've been more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in our youth, we help build a brighter future, from the classroom to the field. We're here to support our students every step of the way. Belgrade State Bank, proud supporters of our local schools and the next generation. A wise place to do business.
Mac with the ball out of the media stoppage, brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Marceline Claremont on the near side through a screen set by Baragas. What do we have? Foul on State Fair again. And it's Kayla Sullivan, her third. And the third on State Fair here in quarter number 3. 4:36 left in the third quarter. 34-28 Mac. Scoring this quarter is 3-0. Mac. Wow. Talk about a low-scoring quarter. Norris up top for Holwig try to go down low to Baragas again, and that'll be a walk. Mack turned it over. Shea Wright had the steal and was dribbling it up the floor, and that's why they say get it to the point guard, Glenn, because she lost the dribble, had it on her hip, and just kept going.
Yeah, she just couldn't quite coordinate it right, and it rolled up her hip, rolled up her backside, and she could just stand there and hold it. She knew it. She put it right down to the court. That is turnover number 3 for State Fair. 5 for Mack, make it 6.
Yep, that's right, making up for that one. And again, she dribbled it up the floor and lost it out of bounds again, and she just put her hands right into her face.
Yeah.
Face palm if I've ever seen one.
What an effort on defense to get the ball like that. A couple of times that State Fair's made a good effort defensively, and it's turned into a turnover.
On the near side, Mack with it. Holwig in the near wing. 4 minutes left in the quarter. Kinley Norris going to dribble to the far side and hand it off to Claremont. Through a Baragas screen. Claremont around the defense. Hook shot lay-in wouldn't go. And the rebound grabbed by Shea Wright. Outlet now to Malia Rogers. She'll work it to the elbow. Hand it off into the paint. That's Johnson, lay in good. Madison Johnson's got 11, 34-30, and it took State Fair 6 minutes and 20 seconds to get on the board in this quarter.
Yeah, neither team scored much. Only 3 for Mack, only 2 now for State Fair.
Claremont out to Teague. Far side, Holwig. Holwig, the foul line for Baragas. Poked away, and a foul is called, and that's going against Shea Wright. Her second and the 4th on State Fair.
She doesn't argue much about it, even though it didn't look like there was a whole lot of contact there, but neither the coach nor the player argue, so Mack will inbound it under their basket, or actually to the left of their basket.
Inbound, Wilp, illegal screen. Going on Ashley Baragas. Her first and the team's second.
I think it was kind of I don't know where I'm supposed to be, or I can't get to where I'm supposed to be kind of a foul.
I agree, Glenn. She didn't look comfortable, and now she's going to commit a blocking foul at the other end. Her second and the team's third.
Unfortunately for Baragas, they seem to come like that, like 1, 2, 3 real quick, so hopefully she can stop that quickly before she picks up number 3.
3:16 left in the third. Shout out to John. 34-30, and the inbound pass goes to Shea Wright and out of bounds. Well, don't know if you got that, Glenn.
Yeah, State Fair. Who's that?
Shea Wright.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about something else.
I was.
But the Shea Wright, again, on the end of another pass that just didn't quite get to her, goes out of bounds.
3:08 left in the third. 34-30 on the near side. Mack leads. They have it. That was Claremont up top to Holwick. Into the corner far side for Kinley Norris. She'll pick up the dribble. Had a smile on her face as she got the pass away to Claremont. Claremont to the near side. Around a defender. Around a second. Layup doesn't fall, but she gets the whistle. She's fouled. Claremont going to go shoot 2, and the foul will be the third on Shea Wright.
Shea Wright's had an eventful third quarter here in this game as she's picked up a couple of fouls. She's been involved in about 3 turnovers so far. 3 of the 5 turnovers she's been involved in. And she's just not had a real good third quarter. But then again, we're looking at 2 teams that combined have only put 5 points on the board in this third quarter.
Thomas Johnson Nash checks in, and Shea Wright comes out. 2 free throws at the line to our right. First one for Claremont, no good. And Jayla Clayton will come in at the next free throw.
Well, I think as low scoring as this third quarter has been, these free throws are more and more important every time we see them at the free throw line.
Second for Claremont. Good. She splits the trip again. That's 3 trips to the foul line where she's hit 1 of the 2. Mack up by 5, 35-30, and Jayla Clayton comes in for Presley Holwig.
Well, Holwig doing a great job on the board. 7 rebounds in this game. About 4 of those come in here in this second half. And again, very much just hustling rebounds.
Sophia Edwin to the far side. Now it's Malia Rogers. Pusher tried to go down low to LaThomas Johnson Nash and threw it a foot away from her and out of bounds.
I don't know if this is as much the defense or the timing for each team that's causing these many turnovers, especially on a give-and-go pass that we've seen on both sides.
On the near side, Casey Teague to the far wing for Ashley Baragas. Shot clock at 14. Jayla Clayton with it now. Clayton holds, puts it to the floor. She'll work to the far side, kick it out. Norris can't take the 3. She'll dribble drive on the baseline. Back out to Clayton. 3 on the shot clock. Clayton with a player in her face. That one doesn't go. Rebound grabbed by Sophia Edwin. Out of the backcourt, State Fair. Edwin down low, coast to coast, can't hit the lay-in. Clayton comes all the way back for the rebound. Now to Claremont, pushing up the floor. Claremont has a player behind her. Kick it out Norris. Down to the foul line for Baragas. Back out to Clayton. Clayton to Claremont. 1:50 left in the third. Claremont between the circles. Dribbles to the near side. Got it to Teague. 7 on the shot clock. Teague to the near side. Shot clock down to 4. Baragas attacks. Hits. Oh, man. The lay-in went high off the window. Fell halfway down and popped out. But the whistle comes, so she is going to get 2 free throws. The foul is on Ellie Busher, her third. And Baragas will shoot 2. I don't know how that didn't go in, Glenn.
I don't either. And we've seen some shots even from three-point land that have gone up, hit the front of the rim, the back of the rim, went up in the air, and you thought, well, that's out, and it falls through. That one looked better than most of those.
1:36 to go. Kimora McClure checks in. Baragas has 2 at the line to our right. First one no good. Mack has not hit 2 free throws in a row all game.
It's just not been a good night shooting from anybody here for this MAC team, really for State Fair either. It's like the baskets have a lid on them.
Baragas will split the trip for the second time tonight. She's got 8. It's 36-30. 1:36 left in the third quarter.
If you're wondering, MAC has outscored State Fair 5-2 in this third quarter.
To the foul line, Nevaeh Hill hands it off. LaThomas Johnson-Nash met by a defender. Back out, that's Rogers. Up top, it's Johnson. To the near side, McClure. Back to Malia Rogers, trying to get around Kinley Norris. Fed a pass to McClure. Back out, Rogers. 9 on the shot clock. Down low for Hill. 1-on-3. Nearly lost the dribble. Hill's shot was blocked. Rebound by Casey Teague. Now for Claremont. Across the timeline. Carrie Shepard takes a timeout with 61 seconds left in the third. It is a media stoppage. We'll take the break. 1:01 left in quarter number 3. 36-30 on KFMO.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU.
Mack with it. That's Casey Teague from way out, but just inside the arc. It wouldn't go. Rebound grabbed by Madison Johnson. At the other end, Kimora McClure. Media stoppage was brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau. Malia Rogers trying to work in. Send it back out. Kimora McClure. Foul on Mack. And who's it going on? It is... Whoa. They put it on Marceline Claremont, her second, team's 4th.
They got to call a moving screen on Claremont. It wasn't having anything to do.
They call her on the pushing through the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't see it.
Either way, Carrie Shepard is not happy with it at all, and I didn't see much there either. It looked like she lost the ball, and it just went out. Mack picked it up.
Madison Johnson rolling around down low on the floor. Held ball, and the arrow favors State Fair as Kinley Norris got hands on it. 16 seconds on the shot clock for the Lady Roadrunners. 28.9 on the clock before a quarter break. Inbound near corner, that's Malia Rogers. Picked up her dribble, bounce pass down low for Nevaeh Hill. Ooh, Jayla Clayton has the steal. And Mack with it. 2-on-0. Teague to Clayton. Down low, and it good. Counts. Would have fallen either way, but they called the goaltending on State Fair. Clayton's got 5. Mack had the point. 16.7 left. 38-30 Mack.
Yeah, Mack's got to turn around and get back on defense. They're a little confused what happened there, but only 10 seconds left.
Kamora McClure hands it off to LaThomas Johnson-Nash. Walks and gives it away, and Mack will have final shot with 6 seconds left.
I show you what kind of a bad third quarter this has been for State Fair. They have as many, well, actually they're one short of having as many turnovers in this quarter as they've had in the whole first half.
Checking into the game, Chinny Adika. Her first time out there. Inbound for Claremont. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. Kinley Norris takes a shot and wanted a foul and didn't get it. The official was right there, not even looking at it. The assistant coach for Mack says that's his play, and he wasn't even looking at it. Norris missed the shot. 10 minutes left in this game. It was I guess you could call it a defensive quarter. 38-30 is the score after 3 on KFMO. Ten minutes left, 38-30. Mineral Area leads State Fair. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, and Landon Keene back at the studio. As we have they were wiping up, I guess the official thought Claremont had blood on her arm, or Claremont thought she did, and Carrie Shepard says that's Kool-Aid from the Gatorade container. On the near side, Claremont try to go down low to Baragas, but it goes off of Nevaeh Hill and out of bounds as she couldn't hang on to it.
Well, that was pretty lucky and fortunate for the Mack Lady Cardinals, because the pass went in. Baragas just missed it, but it hit the defender and went out of bounds.
Kinley Norris inbounds to Claremont. They get it back to Norris at the far wing. Lob it down low to Baragas. Reverse lay-in. Good in the foul. 10 for Baragas. The and one coming up. The foul is called against Malia Rogers, her first and the team's first here in quarter number 4. And now they changed the score on the big board to 40-30. It was a 7-2 third quarter.
What do you call that? You said defensive.
I said it wasn't. I was being sarcastic. As Baragas hits the and one, she's got 11.
It was an offensive third quarter, like in. Yeah, that was kind of offensive to watch.
Yeah, it was. Bad on the eyes. Bad on the defensive numbers as well. I guess offensive numbers even. Crossing the timeline and into the paint, that's Madison Johnson. She hits the lay-in. She's got 13, and she's the only one that scored in this half for State Fair.
And she's been doing that most of the night. She did it early on in the game, driving the right side of the baseline and getting the shot off. Mack has got to put a stop to that.
Baragas, posts up again, and they get it to her, and she hits the lay-in.
And she did a great job switching hands, putting it up with her left hand, because that was one, if she'd tried to put it up with her right hand, would have been blocked.
Moving screen on State Fair. Foul on Kamora McClure, her first and the team's second. Presley Holwood comes in for Mack. Casey Teague coming out.
And I know the rules are similar in high school. The rules are similar to junior college and four-year colleges, but I think that's something that maybe young players have a hard time adjusting to, is the moving screen call, because we've seen it so much this year.
On the near side, Marceline Claremont, now to Kinley Norris. She'll try and work it to the far wing. What do we have? Foul on the floor, and it's going against Aaliyah Busher off the ball. That's her fourth and the third on State Fair.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I've watched Ashley Baragas away from the ball, and sometimes she's getting manhandled down there. She is getting slapped around. I don't mean, really, but she is getting pushed around quite a bit. A couple of times they had hold of her jersey like she was a big running back trying to get through the offensive line. So she's done a great job holding up against that. And it's not dirty play, it's just physical play down low.
Central Rebel quarterback and catcher Jackson Jones in attendance here tonight. On the near side, Jayla Clayton tried to lob it down low to Baragas, and she's fouled again. This one's going against Madison Johnson. Glenn, this is the fourth foul on State Fair. We're not even a minute 15 into the quarter.
Yeah.
Next foul puts Mac in the bonus. And Nicole Collier tells the official fouls are 4-0. On the near side, Presley Holwig. Got it to Baragas. Baragas to the near side, Holwig. Back up top for Claremont. Shot clock down to 10 for Mineral Area. Claremont to the far side at the wing. Lob it to the foul line. Baragas trying to work through a defender. Had it knocked away. Wanted a foul. They're not going to get that one, though, with the fouls being 4-0 at this point. On the near side, Madison Johnson. Through the lane, nearly had it poked away. She'll be back out on perimeter. Between the circles, this is McClure. To the far side for Johnson. At the wing, that's Sullivan. Down low for Nevaeh Hill. Beg your pardon, that's Shea Wright. And a foul on Mack.
And the official has something to say to Kamara McClure. And I don't know if he took offense to the fact that she was clapping like a sarcastic Bronx cheer.
I think it had to be.
Yeah, because
you
he
could
turned.
sometimes do that and get away with it, but right there next to the ref, no.
Yeah, he turned around and said something to her right off the bat, like, finally.
Way out three, Malia Rogers. That wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, Kayla Sullivan. Trying to hop down low, and we get a held ball call. State Fair gets the arrow. Norris came in and grabbed that one as Sullivan was trying to hop through the lane.
Well, I'll tell you what, she did a great job there, too, because she had the ball on her hip trying to hop through the lane. And Norris is like, if you're going to put it out there, I'm going to grab a hold of it, and she tied her up.
8:04 left in regulation. This is Rogers through the lane. Hook shot for Rogers wouldn't go. Rebound's deflected away, and Rogers gets it. Rogers around a defender. Can't hit that lay-in. Offensive rebound, Sullivan. Here comes... Yep. Kenley Norris called on the foul. And Marceline Claremont looked at the official and put both thumbs up like that should have been a held ball. And Carrie Shepard charges down the floor shouting at Claremont, saying, no, it's because you guys stopped playing.
Yeah, there was a couple of times that she probably had an opportunity, or Mack had an opportunity to rebound it, just didn't do it.
Rogers, far side three, that wouldn't go. And Casey Teague has the rebound that time. Outlet to Claremont, 1-on-3. Claremont pulls up to the near side. Holwig, stolen away. Oh, but Holwig took it back. Oh, she missed a layup. And it goes out of bounds off of Sullivan. Mack ball.
Don't sleep on Presley Holwig.
State Fair lackadaisical on that steal.
Yeah, you sleep on Presley Holwig, she'll take it right back from you, and that's exactly what she did. She doesn't stop once they turn over or the play looks like it's over. She just keeps on playing.
Kenley Norris between the circles to the far side, Claremont. Claremont to the foul line. Back out Casey Teague, near side Holwig. 10 on the shot clock. Holwig to the foul line. Back out Baragas. Shot clock down to 7. Baragas to Claremont. Shot clock's at 5. It's at 3. Claremont with it at 2. That's a charge on Claremont. Oh, they put the block on State Fair. I thought they were going to call Claremont on the charge. And that will put Claremont at the line to shoot free throws.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get the charge because she was running down the right side of the lane and she was trying to put the ball up. They may have got, a little bit more contact down low right before the attempted shot went up, but that's what we kind of thought it was going to be an offensive foul, but instead she gets free throws.
Not even 3 minutes into this fourth quarter, Mack is in the bonus. Marceline Claremont is 3 for 6 from the foul line tonight. Hits the first. By law of averages, Glenn, and how it's gone for Mack tonight, she won't hit this one. Let's hope for the broadcaster's jinx. Second for Claremont. No good. Well, it's a bummer. Rebound for Shea Wright, and State Fair working out of the backcourt with Kamora McClure. On the far side at the wing. Top of the arc. Deep 2 as she was inside the arc, and she got it. McClure's got 4. Carrie Shepard didn't like something. I don't know what it was she was questioning. 7 minutes left in regulation. Far side Holwig back to Claremont. To the foul line for Teague. Teague elbow jumper near side. That's short. Rebound for Johnson.
Got to follow those shots up. She did a good job of getting that shot off, but she turned and started up the floor before it went down.
Johnson cut to the basket with the lay-in. She's got it. 15 for Johnson.
Well, Mac's got an 8-point lead, but there is a lot of time on this clock. 6:29 and counting right now. Mac needs to put the ball in the bucket.
There have been only 2 players for State Fair to make shots in this half, Johnson and McClure. Kinley Norris to the far side, Claremont. Wing-to-wing feed to the near side this time. It's Holwig. Back up top for Claremont. 10 on the shot clock. It's down to 9 to the near side. This is Holwig down low to Claremont. Hook shot off window, no good. She's fouled and going to the line for 2 more.
I like Marcel Claremont. She just seems to have a great attitude, first of all, when she's on the floor. But secondly, she just does not give up either. She'll take a ball in when she thinks that she's got the odds against her, and she'll try to draw the foul, and that's what she did.
Jayla Clayton checks in for Casey Teague. 2 free throws for Claremont, 4 of 8 from the line. First one good. See if Mac can finally hit 2 for 2 on a trip. Second free throw for Claremont. It's away. It's good. Look at that. Claremont with 12. Mac by 10, 46-36. 6 minutes left in regulation.
Now Mac needs to keep that defense up. They played all third quarter and part of this fourth quarter and keep State Fair off the board.
This is Shea Wright to the far side for Malia Rogers. Wing 3, drained it. Rogers has 13. It's 46-39. This one's not over yet, Glenn.
No, it's not. That's the first 3 that Malia Rogers has hit since the early first quarter. She hit 2 in a row early on, and that's the first one she's hit since.
Kinley Norris wants all 3 of those back. From the far wing, she's got it. 12 for Norris. Mac back up by 10, 49-39, I should say.
That's the good teams will do that. They'll answer your 3.
McClure, a 15-footer, rattles in. Kamora McClure has 6. Timeout, State Fair, 30-second stoppage. We'll take a quick break. 5:18 to go in the fourth. 49-41 on KFMO. .5:18 to go in regulation. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Stutziger on Farmington, Jonathan Steffen in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. 49-41, Mineral Area leads State Fair. Jayla Clayton straight on 3. That rattles off. Ooh, Kinley Norris couldn't get to the rebound, and then she commits a foul as Kamora McClure was trying to get around her. That'll be the 3rd on Norris, the 3rd on Mac.
Well, that time Kamora McClure just got in there a little bit too quick, and Kinley Norris could not get her blocked out. But that shot from Jayla Clayton, she put it up, and it looked good out of her hands. It just did not go down.
Across the timeline, McClure. She'll hand it off far side, Malia Rogers. Now to the foul line. That was Shea Wright, and she lost it. Holwig with the steal, and she carries and turns it over.
Oh, wow. I was getting ready to say 11 turnovers now on State Fair, but that's the ninth turnover in this half on Mac.
Oh. So that's a lot of turnovers if those are just this half.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you think about it, first of all, there's 20 turnovers between the two teams on this half, and then overall you had 7 in the first half for Mac and then 9 for State Fair.
Bad game ball handling wise. Shot blocked and they call a foul. It's going against Baragas. That's her fourth.
I don't know if she got her with the body or what, but that was a pretty clean block. And honestly, Shea Wright didn't really even have control of the ball when she went up with the shot.
Brianna Dolman checks in. It'll be 2 free throws for Shea Wright at the line to our left.
I think so many times that's an automatic call. You know, it's like you get that kind of hand coming up and it's not quite straight up, but some of those are just, real shot blocks.
First free throw, no good for Wright. She will get the second. She's a 59% free throw shooter. Lost her name on my sheet, folks. Offensive rebound for Johnson. Can't hit the putback, but she's fouled, so she will go and shoot 2.
Well, Madison Johnson got around Jayla Clayton, and Clayton just picked up her third foul trying to defend that shot. But Madison just came around the outside. Just instead of going to the inside for the rebound, she went to the outside. She got a little bit of a bounce her way, but Jayla Clayton's got to block her out in that situation.
4.5 left to play in regulation. Both teams are in the bonus. First free throw for Madison Johnson. Good.
I will tell you something about Madison Johnson. You said earlier in the game she was a 56% free throw shooter, and I can believe it. Watch her when she shoots. She is as flat-footed as she can be when she lets the ball go.
Second free throw. That one looked better than the first one.
Yeah.
She's got 17, 49-43. Her club trails by 6.
Maybe she heard me too. Maybe I should be quiet.
On the near side, Marceline Claremont. Up top for Presley Holwig. Kenley Norris wants it on the near side. Holwig picked up her dribble, got it to the near wing. That was deflected and out of bounds off of Mac Last. State Fair ball.
Another turnover, that's 10 for Mac here in this half, a grand total of 17. While State Fair not much better, 11 in the second half, a grand total of 20.
Kimura McClure out of the backcourt. State Fair down by 6. Johnson, hook shot off iron, no good. Dolman deflects the rebound away and out of bounds.
Well, that wasn't a great shot by Madison Johnson, but Brianna Dolman went after the rebound. It looked like she was about the only one going after it, and she tipped it out trying to get it over the top, but it went too far out of bounds.
Kimura McClure at the far wing with 4 minutes left in regulation. Top of the arc. That's Sullivan posting up. They find Shea Wright. Lost it down low to Holwig. Man, Shea Wright has had a tough night tonight.
Well, I think Max figured out that they need to make Shea Wright dribble the ball, and they've done it all this second half.
Here's Claremont to the near wing. Mac needs to find that killer instinct. I don't know how that's not a foul on Wright, as she had arms all over Casey Teague. Holwig to the far side. For Norris, back to the near side, Claremont, back to Holwig, try to swing it to Norris, it was knocked away and out of bounds off of State Fair. Wow, no. Madison Johnson tiptoed forward going out, she kept it alive. What a play by Johnson. Kick it to the near side, Kimura McClure. Up top, this is Rogers. She's a hot shooter from the perimeter. McClure misses that jumper from inside the arc, and the rebound's grabbed by Marceline Claremont. 3 minutes left. Mac only up by 6, and we get a foul. Who is this on? Kimura McClure goes diving. They're going to talk this one over, and it's going to be offsetting fouls, I believe. Now, let's see. Yep. Offsetting fouls. Kimura McClure will commit her third. And who was the Mac foul?
Mac foul was on Casey Teague.
That is her third. It is the third on Kimura McClure as well. They were jousting down there at the foul line, and Teague stood her ground. Kimura McClure went flying like she had been shot out of a cannon.
She pulled a LeBron, that's what I say.
It'll be Mac ball.
I'd say something else, but it might offend some of the football listeners here today.
No, it's point of interruption because it's a double foul.
If you heard that, the official was explaining to the table who has possession. It's Mac ball. So it's Marceline Claremont to inbound, has to throw it in before the 5 count. Got it to Teague. She'll work it down low, send it back out for Claremont. 3 minutes left in regulation. Claremont to the near side. Try to work to the baseline. Claremont gets around all the defenders. Can't hit the shot. Rebound is grabbed by Madison Johnson. Marceline Claremont took an elbow to the face, and Claremont gets called on the blocking foul.
Yeah,
and so
I don't know.
Johnson shoots 2 free throws.
I don't know how that's a blocking foul either. I mean, that's just contact. Sometimes people run into each other, but at that time, Johnson goes up into the air to get the rebound and comes down on top of her and elbows her in the eye. I think that's just no call.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it just happened to be she was standing there when the player was coming down with the rebound. First free throw is good for Johnson. She's got 18.
I mean, sometimes you're going to have contact between players. It is not a non-contact sport, but sometimes you're going to have incidental contact, and I think that's exactly what that was.
Johnson hits them both. She's got 19, 10 of which coming in this half. 2:44 left in the fourth. Mac only up by 4. Here's Kinley Norris.
And that 56% free throw shooter is 7 of 9 tonight.
Timeout Mineral Area, full 30-second stoppage. We will keep this one here with 2:34 left in regulation. 49-45, Mac leads Glenn, and this fourth quarter is really not gone the way of Mac. They have not played the best in this quarter.
Well, first of all, it feels like it's been about 25 minutes long. Secondly, it looked like Mac had this thing well under control going through this fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden about the 6-minute mark somewhere in there, I think it was, State Fair started hitting some shots, started getting some rebounds. I think what's kept Mac from losing this lead is the fact that State Fair committed 12 turnovers in this second half, and they just can't, they can't take what they have and be successful off the turnover. Mac's just got to get more points off the turnovers and not turn the ball over themselves.
2:34 left in regulation. Presley Holwig will inbound. That timeout was brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau. Holwig gets to Marceline Claremont. Mac up 49-45. Claremont in the logo. She's going to hold and burn some clock. Shot clock's down to 10. Claremont on the far side. Got it to Norris. Straight on 3 for Norris. Oh, off the mark to the left. And another foul coming against Mac. And if that's Casey Teague, it'll be her 4th. And they put it on Presley Holwig.
I'll tell you one thing, Kamora McClure has never met a dive she didn't like.
The foul is on Presley Holwig.
I mean, I thoroughly expect her to fall down after this free throw.
Yeah. Kamora McClure will shoot 2 in a 4-point game. 2:19 left in regulation.
Very, very talented player, don't get me wrong. She just spends too much time on the floor.
First free throw is good. McClure has 7.
It's getting serious now for Mac. This is a 3-point lead. Could be 2 when she gets done with this. With 2:19, they haven't scored in a while. They need to get the offense going again.
Second for McClure. Got it. It's a 2-point game. 49-47. Glenn. Mac is being outscored 17-11 in this quarter. On the near side, Norris. Up top for Claremont. Back to Norris at the near wing. Zone defense now from State Fair. Holwig to the foul line. Teague down low over the head of Dolman and out of bounds. No, she kept it alive, turned it over. Malia Rogers out of the backcourt. Into the corner for the lead. McClure got it. 11 for McClure. It's 50-49 State Fair.
Well, Mac has got to get it down here and get some points. That last time down the floor, they had State Fair completely out of position and failed to take advantage of that.
Dolman, top of the arc. Passed it and threw it away. Madison Johnson, no one to beat. Easy lay-in, finished it. 3-point game, 52-49. Johnson has single-handedly gotten State Fair back into this game.
Yeah, it's amazing what has happened to this Mac lead. It looked like they were in control of this game in the fourth quarter, and their offense just went cold. Hasn't scored in a while. They haven't really done anything offensively or defensively to stop the ball, and Maddie Johnson's just taking it to the bucket.
1:27 to go in the fourth. Quick stoppage. You know what? We'll keep it here. We're already halfway through this timeout. Jared Pettis, Glenn Berry, Landon Keene with you on this Saturday afternoon or evening Started out as an afternoon for pregame, turned into evening pretty quickly after that. Now it's Saturday night. And we got a good fight on our hands for this one, Mac and State Fair women. The Lady Cardinals led 38-30 after 3. And it's been all State Fair in this fourth quarter. Mac has not been able to put any rhythm together on the floor.
Yeah, and taking Ashley Baragas out of the game, I think that fourth foul, which was kind of a cheap foul, to be honest, is really affecting Mac right now. They needed her in the ball game because she clogs up the middle on this State Fair team. Even Johnson taking it down to the right side, she's got somebody to contend with. Without her in there, Casey Teague has got to pick up her game. We've seen Jayla Clayton do it before, but right now they're not getting the job done. So Baragas is back into the ball game. Teague is in the game as well. Mac has got to get more than one chance at a shot down here and get it to fall.
A minute 24 left in regulation. Mac down by 3. Holwig far side for Norris. Back to Holwig far wing. She'll work it inside. Holwig underneath. Met by defenders. Forced back out. State Fair still in that zone defense. Holwig gets it back. Far wing 3 for the tie. Wouldn't go. Rebound. T can't get to it. Wright was there. Now it's Johnson. 60 seconds left. Handoff McClure. Mac needs a stop. McClure to the near side for Wright. Up top, Kayla Sullivan. Back to McClure, far wing to Wright. Knocked away, but she got it back to McClure. To the foul line, back out. 10 on the shot clock. This is Rogers. Back to McClure. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and she's bailed out of the foul by Marceline Claremont. Her fourth foul. And it'll be 2 free throws.
Claremont that was just not a smart foul at that point, because what happened in that situation, as she was going across the other side of the court, she was not headed to the basket, and there was very little time left on the shot clock, and Claremont just kind of reached out and grabbed her.
Yep. First free throw, good for McClure. She's got 12. Carrie Shepard not happy. Mac down by 4. 40.9 left. Second for McClure. Hits them both. You know, I said Johnson single-handedly has kept State Fair in this one. McClure has 11 points in this half. She had 2 at halftime. Kenley Norris to the far side. Norris gets it back. Had to put it to the floor before a walk. 30 seconds left. Claremont can't get underneath. Sends it out to Jones. Dribble drive in, and Jones is bailed out on the foul call. Was minimal contact there. And it's called against Malia Rogers, her third, and that'll put Karma Jones at the line to shoot 2.
Well, that time it seemed like Mac didn't have the sense of urgency with the ball down, 5 right now, and they're still looking for a really good shot, and they need a shot, and they need it quick.
2 for Karma Jones at the line to our right. First one good. She's got 6 in the game. She had 5 quick it was early in the first half where she got her points. Second free throw for Jones. Hits them both. Timeout State Fair to advance the inbound. Jones has 7. It's a full stoppage. We'll keep it here. 54-51. Mac trails. They need a foul, and they need a foul off the ball to keep all that time on the clock.
Yeah, they do. They need to get to. They need to get something done quick, and they need State Fair to miss some free throws here, because right now it's a 1-possession game, but any free throw at all makes it a 2-possession game, and you're down to 24 seconds left. This is going to be a game, if they wind up losing it, they're going to look back at it and say, wow, we had that one, and really we're outplaying State Fair most of that second half. And then the offense went to sleep. The defense wasn't good. Turnovers really plagued them, and they could wind up giving this one right back.
Yeah, foul trouble especially. And
yeah,
I mean, you can say, you can make excuses, and I'm going to say make excuses, because when you say, well, the officiating was poor, the officials wear the stripes and blow the whistles. They're the ones that are always right. You can't say the officials were poor when, there were some foul calls that didn't look like much fouls going both ways.
Yeah.
But and Carrie Shepard, even in the postgame, will probably say it. You can't make that excuse when you also struggled from the free throw line this game.
You struggle from other areas. I mean, turnovers right now, 13 turnovers in the second half for Mac. That is way too many for this Mac ball club, and they've just kind of let State Fair back into this one.
Oh, wow. that had to be half a second before a 5 count, because Mac had great defense to keep State Fair away from inbounding.
That was like 4.875, maybe. I don't know. It was really close. And, they go off of, it's not like a stopwatch. They go off of their right arm. And, they do the 1, 2, 3. And I've seen, and I'm not saying it happened here, but I've seen officials running up the floor, and their count gets faster as they run and gets slower as they walk. So sometimes you just never know.
Standing still could be a 1, 2.
I wonder if they say Mississippi in their mind.
I don't know. That's a good question. I did have an official a couple weeks ago standing in front of us counting out loud.
We'll see what happens. Not going to try to keep the inbounds pass from coming in again.
Quick inbound that time, so you don't get close to the foul count. Karma Jones fouls Kimora McClure. And McClure will go to the line where she has not missed yet tonight to try and put this one out of reach.
23.1 seconds left on the game. And Carrie Shepard saying basically there wasn't even a chance for us to foul. You just blew the whistle.
McClure needs to miss these 2. She's a 67% shooter coming into the game, and that'll likely do it. It's a 2-possession game with 23 seconds left. McClure hits the first.
Well, it's a 2-possession game with 23, but it was a 2-possession game with 24. And Carrie Shepard is going to say something again down at the other end of the court.
She's going to get a timeout if that one was hit. It wasn't made. 20 seconds left, and now we get the timeout to advance the inbound. It's a 4-point game, 20.6 left, a 30-second stoppage. The inbound will be to the right of Glenn, left of the MAC bench. 20.6 left in a 4-point game. You need a 3 quick. Yeah, honestly, you don't need a 3 right here. You need points.
You need a bucket.
If you can inbound it underneath and have Baragas lay it in, or whoever's down there lay it in, and get a foul to go with it, that would be huge.
Yeah.
You just need points, and you need them as fast as you can possibly get them. I could see Mac maybe running a double screen at the top to get Norris open for a straight-on look.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see them basically just trying to get as many points as they can, as quickly as they can. As you said, if you could get a down-low shot up and in and get a foul, that would be great. But if you just at least get the 2, it's still a 1-possession game, and you've got about, 15 seconds left on the board. You might be able to do something with that.
They're going to set up Norris in the corner. Who are they inbounding to? They get it to Baragas. 20 seconds left. Baragas has to get the 3. She walks and gives it away.
Wow. And I think in that situation, she was trying to get it back to somebody, and the defender stepped right in front of the person she was going to.
That's game. 15 seconds left, and they're going to foul Madison Johnson. Karma Jones commits her 3rd. I beg your pardon, her 4th. Madison Johnson will shoot 2 free throws, but this one's pretty statistically done, Glenn.
Well, what did we say at the beginning of the game? You think 2 teams that are equally matched, the team that hits the free throws, the team that does the intangibles, probably going to win.
Johnson hits the first. She's got 22.
And this is going to be a game that I'm sure that the girls are going to be thinking about for a long time. Because I don't think Carrie Shepard will let them forget it. Because
you can't forget this game.
Yeah, they had the lead, and they were getting comfortable in this lead.
Johnson can't hit that. Foul off the ball. It's going against State Fair, and that means Casey Teague is going to come down and shoot free throws.
Wow. Is that Busher?
Foul's on Shea Wright. That is her 4th. And, are they going to put Ashley Baragas at the line? They are, so not Casey Teague. Instead, Baragas, who is 3 of 5. 13.3 left in a 5-point game. First one for Baragas. Good. Are we to a point where you intentionally missed this?
I think you might be down 4 with 13 seconds left. If you can get a rebound, put it up and in.
Second for Baragas. Good. She's got 15, so 13.3 left, down 3. You need to stop. Lob to the near side. Johnson, everybody quit moving across the timeline, and Teague commits the foul. Well, Johnson cut back and beat Claremont, and Claremont just stood down there instead of chasing. You needed a foul.
Yeah.
And now there's 5.7 left when you could have had over six and a half seconds left.
Yeah, somewhere around this 6.5, 7 seconds left in the game. And your best bet right now is basically getting a missed free throw. You got one. No, you got no timeouts left. So it's rebound and go.
First one for Johnson. That's short. Wow. She has to hit this one, Glenn. She has to hit this one.
Everybody from State Fair moving back into the front court or into the back court for them. If she misses this one, Mac's got to push it and push it quick.
Second free throw, good. So it's a 4-point game. Johnson's got 23. 4.5 left across the timeline. Claremont. Ooh, got it to Baragas straight on three at the buzzer. That'll do it. 57-53. State Fair comes back. Mineral Area did everything they could to lose that game, and they lost it. 57-53. State Fair wins. Between Game Show coming up after this on KFMO.